So, dear participants, it is my pleasure to welcome you to today's webinar on the Advanced Digital Reality program offered by the German University of Digital Science. Before we dive in, we always do a short round of introductions for both the speakers and the presenters. So, dear participants, it would be great if you could write in the chat where you're from, how you have heard about us, so we could also get to know who you are. From our side, I'm Nicoletta, and together with my colleague Manisha, as student affairs managers, we support our students in their journey from the moment they start their application until they graduate. So we're student focused and give our best to make sure that you have a successful and enriching experience at the German UDS. Today, it is an honor to have Professor Dr. Daniele Di Mitri as our main speaker, who is the program coordinator for the Advanced Digital Reality program. Now, I'd like to hand it over to my colleagues so they can share a few words and introduce themselves.
Daniele, would you like to go first?
No, please. Go first.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Manisha, and as Nicoleta already mentioned, I work with her in the Student Affairs Department at German UDS. And together, we are focused on creating a very student-centered environment for you so that you feel connected through your entire journey with us at German UDS. And my role within the team focuses a lot on student support and services, which we will be talking about in more detail during this webinar. And I'll welcome you all and really excited to be a part of this today. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha.
And maybe Daniele, let's
Yeah,
go to the start of the show.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniele. I am a professor of Multimodal Learning Technologies at the German UDS. And as Nicoletta said, I am the program coordinator for the Master of Science in Advanced Digital Reality. And today I will be giving an overview of the master and providing you some details. Also happy to answer some questions around the masters. And I would also like to thank Nicoletta and Manisha for organizing these webinars, which will be recorded and will be a good source of information for prospective students at the German UDS.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And actually, as you mentioned, we are happy to take more questions, so feel free to write them in the chat. And the session is recorded. We also will make sure that it's published on YouTube, so you can use it also for a little bit later on. It's also just a curiosity. It's interesting to mention that we had actually a participant who is not able to join, and they shared a question in advance. So we will definitely address that as well towards the end. So it's interesting to mention that we're here, we focus, we hear your questions, and we try to offer the best experience that we could for your studies. And to just dive into the webinar now, this is our agenda. We'll be covering the following topics as listed here and end with a Q&A session. As I mentioned, this is an interactive session. Please feel free to send your questions in the meantime if you'd like, or you can also keep them towards the end of the webinar. So let's get it started. What makes German UDS truly different? Well, I'm thrilled to share that we are Germany's first fully digital university. We're a global community of thought leaders and academic innovators changing the face of digital education and strengthening connections with businesses across all sectors. We offer a unique opportunity to receive a German education and university degree at a distance with access for students from all over the world. Before I give you a sneak peek into our metaverse-style campus that will revolutionize education, I will first pass the virtual microphone to Daniele, who will share all the key details about the master's program in Advanced Digital Reality. With that being said, I'll stop sharing and pass the word to you.
Thanks a lot, Nicoletta. I will start sharing my presentation now. And I hope you can see it.
Yes.
So The master that I'm presenting today, it's called Advanced Digital Reality, and it's one of the masters offered by the German University of Digital Science. And this is, as Nicoletta said, German UDS is positioned at the forefront of digital education. And it, of course, covers one of the, let's say, most relevant and increasing interesting technology as immersive technologies. So let's dive in and let's first, figure out what advanced digital reality is. Before doing that, I would like to introduce myself a little better. I am originally from Italy, and where I studied computer science. And so that's my background. And I specialized in artificial intelligence in the Netherlands, where I also conducted my PhD. The focus of my PhD was in learning analytics because as I have been always interested in digital education and ways to improve digital education through data and artificial intelligence. And in my research academic career, I have been focusing on precisely on improving digital education through multimodal technologies and through immersive technologies. And since a few months recently, I joined the German UDS as a professor of multimodal learning technologies. And I have been assigned this honorable role of coordinating the Master of Advanced Digital Realities. I as I said, had quite some experience in immersive technologies. For instance, I have been part of projects that used augmented realities in industrial settings. That, for instance, used Microsoft HoloLens, which is a headset from Microsoft, for training employees in industrial and professional settings, such as learning how to operate a medical machinery, or also for astronaut training as well. This particular project was funded by the Horizon Agency of the European Union, and was entitled Wearable Experience for Knowledge Intensive Training. Another example of project I conducted was in cooperation with the German Sports University, and in this particular project we developed a VR immersive environment for training athletes to run marathons in VR, which may sound a counterintuitive application, because of course you do not want to run while wearing a VR headset, but this type of training basically showcase how VR can also be suited for training physical tasks, such as running, by putting the user into an immersive setting, and leveraging basically the possibility of training the cognition of the user as well. So these are just a couple of examples of research projects I have been involved, to give you a glimpse of where I'm coming from in terms of research. As I said, combining always the educational and learning aspects with emerging technologies, which I call multimodal, because they leverage multiple modalities, and also leverage multiple let's say devices, and like headsets and so on. But let me go a bit more towards the center of the topic of today's presentation. So, advanced digital realities. First of all, what are advanced digital realities? We can refer to basically to the integration of extended reality, so virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, and I will explain these terms in the next slide, but basically the integration of this type of reality into interactive systems, so systems that are sort of designed together with the user to allow the users to accomplish a variety of tasks. And also these types of digital realities basically blend the physical world with the digital world for new immersive experiences that, let's say, go beyond the typical interaction with laptop and mobile that we are, let's say, every day accustomed. These new experiences allow for more immersive experiences using, for example, headsets or wearables and so on. And the focus of this advanced digital reality is on immersion. So bringing the user in a state of immersion into a different reality or into a reality which has been augmented with digital information. And of course, the focus of this master is on human-computer interaction. So there is a really relevant connection with all the human aspects, such as cognition, psychology, human learning, and all relevant aspects that describe basically how the human brain and body works, right? So it is very relevant for those that are interested, especially in the interfacing human with computers. And of course, advanced digital realities are relevant nowadays for various industries, for various sectors. Education, first of all, which is let's say, the industry or the field where I am coming from in terms of research, but also healthcare. You can imagine remote operations from doctors to patients, or professional medical training. This is also a super relevant field of application of advanced digital realities. But also, of course, entertainment. So just think about immersive digital games or other types of entertainment applications that are increasingly popular. Or, for example, business applications. An important, relevant application scenario is training employees in virtual reality, augmented reality, and this is becoming quite pressing topic for many companies, since this can significantly lower the cost of training or bringing people to the specific location, or a way of mitigating and reducing risks at the workplace and so on. But before we dive deeper, I would like to take a step back and give some definitions. This is typically, what we do, try to, define terms. And the terms that you heard about are immersive technologies. By immersive technologies, I mean interactive or simulated environments that enhance human perception and interaction. Human perception, as I said, it's a relevant aspect, because these technologies are successful if the perception of people is let's say, coherently changed. So humans have a set of senses, and they perceive the world in a certain way, and that's where immersive technology sort of intercept human perception to change it or to modify it in a way that the humans have some sort of different perception of the virtual environment, for example, that are operating. The other term you have heard is the virtual reality. Virtual reality basically creates it's some artificial stimulations of the human senses um, in a way that induces some kind of wanted behavior, right? So somehow, for example, putting a headset with a screen would stimulate your eyes in a way that your brain understands or thinks that you are in a completely different world. And similarly, like putting a headset, putting some headphones will make you feel like you are in a completely different world. So this kind of artificially sensory stimulation, it's what we define as virtual reality. Then there are other terms as well used, like augmented reality, and in this case is a special let's say case of virtual reality where the digital content is overlaid into the real world, so enhances the physical environment. And also we hear a lot about mixed reality. This is more like a conceptual term which has been introduced specifically by latest commercial devices. I've, for example, shown the Microsoft HoloLens, or a latest popular device is the Apple Vision Pro. So all these devices sort of combine the physical and the virtual environments in real time, allow for interaction between them. Finally, we like to use also the term extended reality. And this is some sort of catch-all term for AR, VR, and MR, and sort of encompasses all them. And we often use this to basically capture all these different types of technologies, immersive technologies, to put them some sort of in with a label. In fact, we also have a research center at the German University of Digital Science on extended reality, which do not make a specific distinction between AR, MR, or XR. Yeah, this is just a simple visualization to make you understand a bit how AR, MR, and VR can be. So as I said, virtual reality is to put the user into a completely different, let's say, virtual world, and so that sort of loses the perception of what's going on in the physical space. Whereas augmented reality is to put overlays of digital content into the real world without, let's say, without having the um, understanding of the physical world. Whereas mixed reality is basically putting digital overlay, having an understanding of the physical world. So having the specialized component, knowing, for example, that there is a floor and that the object must be put on the floor or on the table, on the physical table, or on the physical couch, and so on. So it's a mix of the, let's say, of the two physical and virtual environments. So why is it relevant to study extended reality right now? First of all, it's important to say it's one of the fastest growing global markets. And it is estimated by various, let's say, research entities. It is estimated to grow at between 30 and 40% of the growth rate of 30 and 40%. So that means in 2030, it's estimated to grow up to 400 billion US dollars market. So it's an enormous, staggering figure which makes you understand this is it's a real deal. It's a real expanding technology, a real expanding market. There is going to be also millions of jobs projected and connected to extended reality by 2030. And this is why we think the German UDS thought that this is a relevant field and a relevant specialization that's important to teach to people. And also, the growth of this field is driven by other advances. For instance, hardware. For instance, the fact that computer chips and the graphic processing units, for instance, are getting smaller and then are getting more easy or cheaper as well. This is also witnessed by the fact that nowadays we have headsets that are smaller, more lightweight, and also cheaper to buy. But also software component that has for long been somehow a limitation, especially for those headsets that are not connected to a cable, let's say that those that are battery powered. The software has always been, let's say, an important obstacle in terms of power. So that is also becoming more powerful. And obviously, it's important to mention also the connectivity. So the fact that we have now 5G networks, which are super fast and that allow for also instant communication. And then I mentioned before the teleoperation of the doctors over patients or collaborations among individuals. All these the remote collaboration aspects are nowadays more and more possible and feasible using also smaller computer like wearable computers, for example, like headsets. So all this, it's enabling the XR market to grow and to flourish. So why studying advanced digital realities? As I said, XR is transforming how humans interact with digital information. We are not longer only sitting behind a desk or like watching at our phone, but actually we are immersed in the physical environment, and we are interacting with the physical objects. So we can walk around the street and wear our smart glasses and at the same time receive digital information and integrate these digital informations with our daily life activities. It's a market which is expanding across different industries. I mentioned education, healthcare, business, but also design and entertainment. And this is, I recently got an inquiry by a student who was really more interested into design. And I realized myself that this master is particularly relevant for those that are more interested into the design aspects, so designing new products, because here we are in this master we are as I said focusing a lot on about the user or about the human aspects, such as human perception, human cognition, and so on. So that's where designing of products become paramount importance. Also drives innovation into immersive communication, training and simulation, and so on. And enhances creativity, collaboration, and problem solving as well. And obviously, this study program prepares you, it's aimed for preparing you into a rapidly evolving job market, which is dominated by constant evolving technologies, and it's constantly changing. So what are the career prospects of this master. First of all, one career of which, let's say, perspective is to become an XR, so a VR AR developer that has all the essential skills that are needed to design and develop XR applications. But this master also has research. It's geared toward research. So as I said, I am a researcher myself, and I know how important it is to conduct research using new technologies. And this is what I also try to convey in the students. It's important not only, to just use and know how to develop, but also to be able to think about how to study new technologies, how to lay out participant studies, how to measure the results, how to evaluate the prototypes, and so on. So this is also a really relevant career perspective. And obviously, designer, I mentioned, so user experience, a user interface designer. That is also, I've mentioned, designed as one of the strength point of this master. And obviously, what I was referring to is the user experience design. So think about how to design for interfaces that are multimodal. They use the latest technologies, immersive technologies, and they have a specific eye for user experience. I mentioned the industries which is relevant for architecture, business, journalism, and it has also, in terms of career perspective, prospects also opportunities for leadership opportunities in XR projects. So nowadays, companies are, as I shown in the graph before, getting on board of these new immersive technologies. It is important that people know and learn about these technologies so that they can manage the process of digital innovation. They can lead the change into these industries, into these companies. Research and development, as I said, it's the forefront of emerging technologies. And basically the career perspective also driven by this growing demand supported by the global XR market expansion. So why studying this particular master at the German UDS? It's because it combines theory with critical thinking and hands-on practice. At the German UDS, we are also building an XR lab. So we have a dedicated space that we use for research, also for our students. Obviously, we are a global digital university, which means that you are probably are not going to be able to come into our campus. But as Nicoletta will show you later on, we have the Metaverse campus, the Cove, as let's say an example, as a good example of 3D virtual world for collaboration. But still, we do have dedicated immersive lab for immersive technologies. Also, we, as the German UDS, try to, as much as possible, to collaborate with leading industry partners. So that is also one of the strategic point of the German UDS to try to strengthen collaborations with industries and conduct what we call actionable research. So research that is applied to a specific industrial domain. And there's a large pool of electives that I will show you in a later slide for which you can choose from. And also there's quite a online toolset that allows you to support your studies. The German UDS, as I said, blends theory with critical thinking and hands-on lab. It has partnership with XR industry players, and as it makes use of online study tools. We have, for instance, the LMS as our, let's say, um, platform where we structure the content week by week, and the weekly videos, the self-assessment quizzes, and all the guided assignments week by week that you can basically take at your own pace. And also we have a community of researchers and practitioners that collaborate with us inside of our different research centers. I mentioned that we have a research center in extended reality, but we also have a research center in education technologies, one in artificial intelligence. And also we have, as I mentioned, the Cove, which is basically our metaverse campus. And Nicoletta is going to give more details about this. But I just want to mention that this is really like very important, very relevant for the Master of Advanced Digital Reality, because it's concretization of like basically what we preach. So allowing uh, learning and education, collaboration in education to harness the virtual, like the immersive technologies. Here, the Cove is accessible with also with a desktop, so you don't need specialized equipment for it. But the intention in this master is to use this metaverse campus not only for collaboration, no, so not as only exclusively for communicating, collaborating, which is the purpose of the Cove, but also for research. So the idea is that you, as students, um, not only use the Cove for collaborating and communicating, but also you become creators of the Cove as well. So you basically create your own content, your 3D avatars or concepts, and you sort of test them inside of the metaverse campus. So that's a very, I would say, a great innovation of the German UDS. The Master of Advanced Digital Reality is a 2 years master, and it's also 8 quarters and totaling for 120 ECTS, and it's available at the URL that you see here. And the registration deadline is open until the 15th of September, but I guess that Nicoletta will also repeat that after this presentation. I want to just give you some characteristics of this masters. I mentioned about the fact that our learning is not just passive, but I try as a coordinator to ensure that this is as much as possible interactive with the assessment. It's a hands-on practice, so we give scenarios, we give hands-on exercises and projects. It uses personalized learning, so we try to make it relevant for each one of you. Each one of you come from different areas of expertise, maybe different professions or jobs or interests. So what I try to do personally is to make you reflect of immersive technologies that are relevant in your industry. For instance, if you come from business or if you come from design, from fashion, make you understand or think about work on a project that is relevant for you, for your interest. We have clear objectives, so each module is prepared carefully week by week. So well-defined completion requirements through our LMS platform allows us to specify rubrics and evaluation criteria really clearly. We offer collaborative environment, social engagement, critical thinking, and we provide ongoing feedback. So we have regular checks and self-studies and surveys that allow you to really to be updated and connected. Immersive experience, we have hands-on VR, AR interactions. And also we try to foster learning by doing, so practice and reflection for deeper understanding. The master is, this is a kind of a summary of how the master is structured in the 8 quarters. You can see there are 3 main core modules for which I'm personally responsible for. So these are the immersive technologies, building virtual worlds and simulated environments, and multimodal interaction and sensory integrations. And then we have also relevant modules for quarter 3. So these are big data, software systems and cloud computing, and application of AI. In the first and the second quarter, you have the so-called root camps, which are basically where creativity meets problem solving. And here you are stimulated to use design thinking and also basically to learn coding. So there's a Python coding camp followed by another coding camp. And and the coding camp is basically for becoming fluent in programming languages. And also those are skills that are relevant for you in XR, but also in AI and so on. I mentioned that there's a pool of electives. These are the electives that refer to the master in advanced digital realities. At the same time, there are also other electives that apply more for the other masters. And the electives need to be selected in the 5th and the 6th quarter of the master program. There is also group challenge in quarter 4, so-called group challenge in digital reality. And the idea here is to team up with other students to solve real-world XR challenges. And again, the idea is to foster collaboration, communication, and basically solving of problems, real-world problems. Master Challenge, again, is also similar. It's a group challenge, but with industrial requirements. And so, for instance, we'll try to connect you to companies that have also relevant XR interests. And there you have a chance also of conducting or showing off your skills, and also getting some more hands-on experience with in the corporate world in the topic of extended reality, advanced digital realities. Also, finally, the master thesis is this 15 ECTS, and the idea is to go deep into a topic you're passionate about and build skills for both for academia and in interests and in industry, and basically try to prove that you are a critical thinker. What can you expect in every module? So obviously, every module is up to a different lecturer, professor. I am responsible for the core modules. But so every professor structured the module slightly differently. But what is typical is that the module is lasting 8 weeks, and there are normally 2 weeks of 2 hours per week, and there's normally short videos video lessons that are followed by self-reflection quizzes. And you also have courseworks and hands-on exercises, and you also have mini projects or main project, capstone projects. And you need to read academic papers, and you also have weekly check-ins and office hours. We also have a new forum called Yellow Dig, where it's some sort of social media. It's a much better version of our internal forum, which allows you to also communicate and stay in touch with your students, with the older peers. And all in all, I must say that this type of learning is way, way better than Zoom teaching. So I have been also teaching myself during the COVID-19 using just doing the virtual lecture on Zoom and so on. And I have to say that this the way to structure this in this way using week by week content and short videos and so on is so much better both for the students because they can learn at their own pace whenever they have time, but also for the teacher because they can support students more directly. And so I think this is really the best way of teaching at distance. Another important point, this is a question I have been receiving. What is the main software we are using in this master? It's Unity 3D. Unity 3D is a leading engine for VR, AR, and MR applications. It's a Microsoft software and it's a cross-platform application. So it really runs on most of the devices you have at home. And C# is the primary scripting language for Unity 3D. So it's a language for creating interactivity and enables also the integration of physics, animations, 3D models, user interactions, and so on. And basically, Unity 3D is the industry standard, is the standard skills that you are asked if you are applying for any XR job is to use Unity. So that's why we decided this is a relevant tool for our students to learn in this master. And to answer the most common question, so do I need to learn C# on my own, or will you teach C# in your courses? The answer, unfortunately, is yes. You need to learn it on your own, but there is a but. You don't need to be proficient in C#. And so actually, Unity 3D is a very graphic programming environment, as you have seen it in the screenshot. So scripting in C# is just one, let's say, smaller side of it. And therefore, it doesn't, you don't need to be super fluent in C# to be able to use Unity. Actually, Unity allows, there's a lot of tutorials or scripts or nowadays, yeah, a lot of support you can find in learning how to write a certain script. And this is something you learn by doing. And one important thing is, this is, of course, I know it's uh, some kind of step obstacle for many students. But I think for completing this master, you should not be afraid of coding. So coding is a relevant part of this master, and you need to actually to be able to feel comfortable in coding yeah, writing a script in C#, because this is what XR specialists should know how to do. You cannot be a XR specialist without knowing how to code. So that's very important that you do it. At the moment, we have a code camp in Python. We do not have a specific code camp in C#, but we are probably working on it, discussing this internally, and we'll try to accommodate this maybe in the future. Yeah, this is just to conclude. In summary, why join the Master of Science Advanced Digital Reality? Because first of all, it prepares you for leadership in extended reality, and it combines theory with creativity and technical expertise, but also offers flexibility with electives and access to cutting-edge labs, and also builds on industry standards such as Unity 3D, C#, and 3D modeling, and opens to diverse career paths across industries and research. And we integrate various types of design, like design thinking and design-based research. And with this, and obviously we position you at the forefront of the digital transformation. With this, I would like to conclude my presentation, and I'm happy to answer I'll pass the word to Nicoletta, and I'm happy to answer later any question.
Thank you so much, Daniela, for this thorough presentation. It gives such a good overview of a field, of a program itself, and career prospects. It's been really great listening to your presentation and learning more about this field. Now I will share my screen, and as promised, I want to give you a sneak peek into Cove. So, um, I want to say that we're currently building our campus of virtual education. We aim to create a space with the possibility for students to communicate with professors through avatars, participate in classes in a 3D world, attending virtual lectures, labs, and practical exercises. So, enough talking from my side, and let me just show you how it looks like.
Want people to spend their time in here when they're studying. So on this platform, one day you should be able to do everything. You should have your learning platform here, you should have your lectures here, you have your exams here, you do all the studying here, and it's also for exchanging and sharing study material. We also want to invite other universities and companies on Cove, give them a space, easily reachable, because I think this is what collaboration needs.
Exciting, isn't it? This is work in progress, and we will share more updates accordingly. And as Danielle mentioned, there would also be the possibility for you to participate in creating this campus of virtual education. So stay tuned for more updates on that. In the meantime, I also want to introduce you to Eva, our digital avatar, who'd like to share why German UDS would be the right option for you to pursue your studies. So let's see what Eva says.
Hey, I'm Ava. I am a digital avatar. As a student at the German University of Digital Science, you stand at the forefront of educational innovation. Our virtual university model is designed to fit seamlessly into your life, no matter where you are or what your schedule looks like. Here's why choosing our virtual university can be a game changer for you. You have the freedom to access your courses anytime and from anywhere. This means you can tailor your studies around your personal and professional commitments, managing your time in a way that works best for you without sacrificing your education. Studying with us is more affordable compared to traditional private universities. You save on commuting, housing, and many other campus-related expenses, making higher education more accessible financially. Engage with advanced learning technologies that enhance your educational experience. Whether through virtual reality that brings complex concepts to life or AI-driven tools that personalize your learning journey, you benefit from an education that keeps pace with industry innovations. Connect with peers across the globe, collaborate on projects, and gain diverse perspectives that enrich your understanding and prepare you for a global workforce. This network can become a valuable professional resource for future opportunities. By participating in virtual learning, you contribute to reducing the carbon footprint associated with traditional campus settings. This commitment to environmental sustainability reflects a forward-thinking approach to global challenges. Our courses are designed with direct input from industry leaders to ensure relevance to current job markets. This alignment increases your employability, equipping you with skills that are highly valued in the workforce. Choosing the German University of Digital Science means embracing a modern education system that is smart, sustainable, and strategic. It's not just about earning a degree, it's about being prepared for the challenges and opportunities of the digital future.
Thank you, Eva. And now, if we talk about being prepared for different challenges and opportunities, I would like to pass the word to Manisha, who will share more about student services, give you some student testimonials, and learn more about career prospects.
Great. Thank you, Nicoleta, and thank you, Daniele, for sharing all the relevant information with our participants. And now that we are coming close to the end of our webinar, let me quickly walk you through all the different services that we offer to our students at German UDS and the career opportunities that you will have access to. So first of all, at German UDS, we understand that academic success isn't only about excelling at your studies, right? It's also about how supported and connected you feel along the way, considering that it's a fully digital university. So that's why we are keen on building a strong support system to support you and empower you both professionally and personally along your journey. We will offer regular career events, which will include workshops, webinars on how to improve your profile and apply for jobs within Germany and Europe, give you all the know-how you need to know about if you plan to pursue a career in Europe or Germany after you're done with your studies. Along with that, you will also have access to various networking events, conferences that we regularly host at German UDS, and you will be able to participate both virtually and in person if you're located in Germany. Next up, we will also have or provide you counseling services, academic writing support to write your theses and project reports, and also various digital learning tools, one of which being Yellowdig that Daniele already introduced you to. And then let me introduce you to something even more exciting, which is the career weeks. So this is one of the most exciting parts about studying at German UDS. And with career weeks, you will have a unique hands-on opportunity to gain real-world experience in your field of study while building a professional network in Germany. And all of this is going to be in person. So you will have the chance to come to Germany and participate in career weeks. We are currently planning to offer this 2 to 3 times a year, which will allow all our students who are located globally to be able to come to Germany and take part in this. In the career weeks, you will have access to career readiness workshops and have industry placements with the German companies here. Across various fields such as tech, research, consulting, healthcare, etc. And beyond that, you will also be offered cultural tours around Germany and social events that will help you connect with your peers and build your network and experience the local culture in Germany. And then at the end of this program, you will also receive a certificate of participation. And thank you, Nicoleta. Career weeks would be a really powerful stepping stone for you in terms of having an early access to the German labor market and also expand your international exposure quite early during your studies. And all of this will happen even before you graduate. So isn't that really exciting? Um, we will share more communication about career weeks with you and also an interest survey that you can fill out and let us know what you think about it and whether you would like to participate. Then let's move on to some of the experience that our students shared with us. So as you can see, we have really solid reviews from our students, and all our students are located across the globe in 16 different countries, and we are really keen on expanding this community worldwide. In the reviews or in the experiences that have been shared, what you can see and what the most common theme amongst all of this is the high quality teaching that we offer at German UDS, which is quite common in German universities. That's the reputation that German universities have around the world. Also, what makes us stand out from the rest of the traditional German universities, the very personalized support that you receive, not only from your professors, but also from the technical teams, from the student affairs teams. And we are all here for you to make sure that there are no hassles for you during your study journey and you have the best of the time while you're with us. And then now that you heard about all the key details about your study program and the career enhancing opportunities and services that you will have access to as a German UDS student. Now, Nicoleta will share more about how you can apply to the study programs and be a part of our global student community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manisha. So, dear participants, we're coming close to the end of our webinar. And if you now are thinking and wondering, I'm very interested, I want to apply, how can I do this? I'm happy to share that it's a very easy process. So, if you were to scan this QR code, it will take you to our application portal. We have there a tutorial for you how to apply. It's super easy. If you have all the documents ready, within 5 to 10 minutes, the application should be ready and sent in. We try our best to provide an answer within 1 to 2 weeks, sometimes even faster. We understand that receiving a timely admission response and admission decision really makes the difference, so we do our best to do that. Please note that the programs have 2 intakes, so April and October. You still have time until October for the October intake, as the deadline to apply would be 15th of September, as Daniele already mentioned. The fee are 7,500 euros per year, and this includes full access to learning materials, platforms, and academic support, and possibility to extend your studies free of charge. So please make sure that you send in your application by the deadline. And if you have any questions, we're always here for you. And with that, maybe I would connect it to the Q&A session. We have covered many different topics, and I haven't seen any questions in the chat as of right now. So I would like to give you a couple of just some time. If you have any questions, to write it in the chat. We're here to answer all of them. And if somehow later on you have more questions, you can see our email addresses here on the screen: admissions and study affairs yeah, so we're here to support you, and in the meantime would really love to hear from you if you have any questions. And yeah, and if not, we're coming very close to the end of this webinar. I assume nothing as of right now. I don't see anything in the chat. Right. Okay. I think what I would like to say, yeah, Manisha, you wanted to say something?
Oh, no, I just wanted to let you all know that you could also maybe raise your hands if you would like to ask a question, or like leave your comments or questions in the chat or Q&A box, whichever works for you. We still have 3 minutes, and we are open to taking any questions that you might have. Yes, go ahead, Nicoletta, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that we get different questions about the career weeks, for example, about visa questions as well. So we are a fully online university, and we do provide this career weeks, the opportunity for students to come to Germany, experience not only the culture, but also having an internship with a German company. If you're ever in Germany and you want to stop by our headquarters in Potsdam, would be so happy to meet and greet you. Would be happy if it will also stay there and, use the space we have, meet the staff, meet the leadership, meet maybe our students, because we also actually have students around the area too. So just for you to know, we're happy to provide the support you need, and we're really looking forward to meeting you either in this format, in COV, or in person. It's really exciting to be part of this journey, this innovative journey within digital education, and it's really great to have you be part of it as well. I assume as of right now that there are no questions, no raised hands. So with that, dear speakers, dear participants, thank you for your time and contribution to this webinar. For any questions, feel free to reach out to us, be it via the website, social media, or via email. We look forward to hopefully welcoming you soon as a German UDS student. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Have a
Have a
great day.
great one.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.